Hi folks, welcome back to the Carver's Wood Shop. I know it's been a couple of days since I've been back. I was trying to figure out a way to do this pattern on here that would be simplified, and it's somewhat similar to what the pine cone is, but I found a little easier way of doing it, and I'm going to show you how. Once you get this all rounded up like you see here, and we'll do the leaves a little bit later. I cleaned them up pretty much when I was offline here, and went in and made some deeper cuts and got them a little more pointier, so they look a little more like a pineapple. What you want to do is you want to divide your carving first in quarters. Okay, so you're going to go down one side, and you're going to go down another side, and you're going to do it in four even sections. After you do that, you're going to go back and do in between the quarters. You're going to make another line. So there's going to be 8 lines going all the way around that are evenly spaced. Alright, so once you get that portion of it all done, what you want to do is go back and you want to kind of find out where the middle is. Okay, so you put a little, I don't go all the way across, it's too too messy that way. So what you want to do is you want to put a little line wherever the halfway mark is, and you can use your finger as a pivot point, you know, to find out. See how I can go right to those points and it's the same no matter where I go. Okay, so you want to do one half first. So what we did, to recap, you're going to split this into quarters. You're going to go down one side, then the other side, and then split it into 4s, and then go back and split it into 8s and put another one in between. Okay, so you have your quarter and you put another line down in between. Then what you're going to do is you're going to go and find your center line. Then you're going to find the center again between your center line, and you're going to make this into 4 parts. Alright, and all you do is you put a little line on that one line you put down from the top to bottom. You're going to mark it 4 little dots, evenly spaced, so there's 4 quarters going across. Okay, after you get that done, what you're going to do is you're going to go from the top of your first line, you're going to go to your first dot, then to your second dot, your third dot, and to the bottom. Then go back and do the next line. You're going to do every line that way. So you start at the top with the one line, or one of the 8 lines going up. You start at the top, you go to your one dot, draw your line to the next dot, and then to your next dot, to the bottom. And you do the whole thing, and then you reverse it. You go from the top of your line, you go to your first dot, your second dot, your third dot, and to the bottom. So hopefully that will explain it. Took me a little while to figure that out. Now this here I kind of did freehand, and you can tell it's very small. If you want to do it in 16s, you can. All you do is put another line in between, make another dot, and you can actually get another line in between here. But I'm going to leave it this way for simplicity, and I sometimes things look too busy, if you know what I mean. It looks too congested sometimes. Sometimes a simpler project looks a little nicer. So that's entirely up to you. If you decide you want to do that, by all means go ahead and do it. It'll take you a little bit of time. So what we're going to do is make sure you have your carver's glove on, and what you're going to do is you're going to go to the top of your one line, okay, and you're just going to follow that line all the way down. Let me pull this down. Let me pull this back a little bit. Oops, sorry. Going to follow that line all the way down the center, and be careful when you get down here to the bottom because you don't want to slip. Okay, and you're just gonna do a little V cut, just like so. You're gonna go one side. If you have a veinner, or not a veinner, but a V tool, that's what you want to use for this. Okay, so that curves up a little bit there, and those lines will help you know exactly where you're going. And you can go back. Now I'm going to do the other side. I turned it around. I try to keep it at the same angle all the way down. Okay, and that's how we get the one cut out. Okay, you can see that. Alright, so we're going to do another cut and start here, and we're going to do a center cut. We're going to go right down the center. And you can do it fairly deep, it doesn't hurt. You can also lean it against the table, it might be a little safer. Alright. And those lines will help you know exactly where you're going, okay? So don't hesitate to put those lines on. We'll get those off on the next video. And then what you want to do is you want to come back up at an angle. And if it doesn't come out, that's okay. Just go back over it again, and from the other direction it should come out. If it doesn't, you just recut it again. Okay? And then we're going to go back and same angle. If you don't have a V tool, now some of these are going to be a little larger than others. When you cut it out, that's fine. I'm not real picky about it. I think it will look fine anyway. If you want to try to keep it as even as possible, okay, if you can. Hang on just a second here. I see a glare here that's bothering me. Alright, so you're going to do each line that way, and then when you go back and do the other side, you're going to go from this direction down and around. And you're going to do the same thing with every line going across and every line going in the opposite direction. So these lines all get done, and then the center line of course does not get done, and then you'll get this like diamond shape thing as you can see here. Okay, we're going to have that come up pretty soon. So when we come back, all this will be done. I'll try to finish this up in the next day or so. Shouldn't take me that long to get that done. Now I'm going to show you how to finish up. Well, why don't I show you that now? What you want to do with the top, and I'm going to do this to save some time on the tape here, you just want to extend that leaf down. Okay, I'm just going to extend that leaf like this one is over this one's over this one, and you're just going to put that down like that, curvature out just a little bit. Alright, what you're going to do is you're just going to take your knife and you're just going to put a little stop cut, alright, from the bottom to where that stops. Now this one is underneath this one, so what we need to do is cut it out from this side, just like so. Okay? And you want to do each one like that. So now, when you look at it, it looks like a full leaf, okay? Like they're separated. You can make that a little more distinct if you like. That's entirely up to you. And then once you get the lines done and you get these done on our next segment, if you don't understand this, go back and rewind the tape and look at it again, okay? And you can watch it until you get it right. I know this is a little difficult and they may not be perfectly in sync, but it's fairly close. But that's the idea of how to do one of these. The other thing you want to do is, once we get this done, I'm going to show you a nice easy way to clean this up. An eraser does help, and you're going to have to use an eraser or a very sharp knife. We'll have it all cleaned up so we'll be ready to paint it next time. Okay, so I'm going to come back and show you how I cleaned it up, and then after that I'm going to go ahead and start painting it. Alright folks, we'll be back. Bye bye.